Oh, well. It's got a nice beat to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's nice and comforting. Makes me think of Monty Python, that coconut thing, for some reason. Welcome, everybody, back to episode 75 of Cruising the Planet. I'm your host, Ethan Miller. Joined with us today is the extra special surprise we talked about last week. We have with us Cassie, the editor-in-chief, yes?
Yes.
Of the JTAC newspaper. Cassie, hello.
Hey.
Cole's with us here as well to be the emotional service animal of the podcast. Just in case anyone's nerves get too crazy. We're dealing with a lot of technology that's still brand new. So you're the graduate assistant. You've got this on lock, bro. You got it.
Been here for a while.
You put fires out every day. So, first off, Cassie, thank you very much for coming on the show. You are here you have brought a surprise with you, and you brought your own sticky note with talking points.
Pretty long sticky note.
Yeah.
That is a nice sticky note.
It's a nice sticky note. It's like the quality ones, very long and tall. Not a square, just a standard rectangle at this point. However, I'm in control of this show. Mm-hmm. All right? We can get to your points later. Don't worry about it. First thing, I wanted to just sort of crack open a little bit of just an icebreaker of, Cassie, who are you? What do you do? Introduce yourself to the audience here.
I am Cassie LeBay. I'm the editor-in-chief of the JTAC newspaper. And the JTAC is Tarleton's official student newspaper. We've been around since 1919. And currently, this is my first semester as editor-in-chief, but I will be back next semester. So that's super exciting.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
What is it that you do as editor-in-chief?
I do everything when it comes to pretty much producing and putting together a newspaper. So I started at student media, which is our department. Student media is over the Source, the JTAC, the Grasper, and our creative team. Wow. But I started there my first semester at Tarleton, and I did that. I was a contributor for a year, and contributors pretty much work on writing our stories and taking our photo assignments. So they go out and they go to all of the events that the Grasper and the JTAC need covered, and they talk to people, they take photos, they do all of that stuff. Then last semester, I started as the creative editor, which pretty much means that I did a lot of the layouts, I gave the contributors the photo assignments, and I was in charge of just making sure that Grasper had all of the photos that they needed. This semester, I started as editor-in-chief, and I was immediately kind of thrown into this position of like, hey, now you're in charge of making sure that the team's running smoothly, making sure that we have everything we need for the paper, making sure that the paper goes out online, that, you know, everything runs smoothly. And it was definitely a fun transition for me, because I went from, you know, not really knowing what all actually goes into it, because our editor-in-chief before me, Claire Brock, she was super, super good at it. She, you know, had been there for like 4 years.
Engineering, I like it a lot, but it's definitely, you know, whenever people ask, hey, what's your major and what do you do for a job, people don't really see that connection, but I do in a different way. So when it comes to engineering, you have to document a lot of what you're doing, and you have to be able to, like, effectively write lab reports and stuff like that. And so I have those extra writing skills and that documentation that most engineers don't have, which I find super fun.
Oh, that'll give you
Wow,
a leg
really
up.
real casual roast to all the other engineers. Look out.
No, I love the guys. They're great. It's just I have that extra skill set from working at the JTAC that a lot of them don't get the opportunity to have. So.
Killing it is what I'm hearing. Also, you're doing, we had talked a little bit before the episode, you're doing mechanical engineering.
Yes.
Do you want to get into specifically why you chose mechanical?
Not really. It was kind of a last-minute decision in high school, actually.
What?
Ooh. Yeah.
But
I was going to go
you told
into...
me about your hands.
I was going to go into journalism, and I had done all of that. And then last minute, I was like, you know, I don't want to do that. I changed my mind at the final, like, I changed my mind at the very end. I'm talking April or May of my senior year of high school.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
like a whole. You have to do applications fast now.
Yeah,
there's a whole nother
I ended
process.
up like I was going to go to Baylor, and then I ended up being like, you know what? We'll just go to community college instead. We'll, because I'm from Waco, and so I had done all of that, all of those acceptances and everything, and then I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Actually, no good.
I can't judge on like the quickness of that at all because I changed my major 6 times. I do have a degree though, so
you've done it.
The point,
Nice.
right?
It's fun.
Yeah.
It was the journey too.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've changed my major once. I started in electrical engineering and then moved my way over into marketing, where I now work in digital media and podcasting. So it kind of made more sense. Very early on, I was very good at doing the lab reports and whatnot for my narrative language that I would use that would always cause us to get a couple extra points because there's a lot of presentations of like, present your solution to the problem. And I was like, boys, cue me in. And we would always have the most enjoyable presentation. Actually, just to certain groups, like, they hated it. There were other people who just they're like, Ethan, like you need to be on our team, or like, we hate you because you're doing so well at the presentation points. Like, literally don't even have to study it. I just have like answers, facts, statement, narrative structure. That all makes a lot of sense now for what I work with, and it takes a lot more to do. It uses a lot more of my natural skills to do something like this, be the host of a show or to run a podcast network. And so I kind of made a switch after I started working here. And so you two saying how you like switched really early or really fast, I was very hard-headed on this because I was going into a field that like nobody knows excessive like engineers. Nobody knows engineers who are just like fantastical. Everyone thinks of them as just the nerds who are very antisocial and they just hang with their own little clique. And I was like, I don't know if my ego is going to be able to handle that. So, marketing. Everybody knows them in marketing. It's a little bit more fun on my end.
I don't know. A couple of my friends, they're pretty popular. One of my friends, Chance, he's actually the president of one of the fraternities on campus. So, there's that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay. I was going to say something mean about fraternities, but there's no good basis for what I was going to claim.
No.
I just have personal beef with certain small people in fraternities. That's really what it is. I was like, why didn't you invite me? Like, it's a fraternity thing, Ethan. You could come, but it'd be weird. And I was like, oh, it would be weird, would it? Oh, it would be weird. Now you're making a scene. But I was making a scene the whole time. Talking about nerd stuff, actually, or sort of the whole concept of, like, my whole words just fell out. I should have finished my coffee before the episode. Speaking on, like, nerd stuff or nerdier things, as we've been talking about STEM this entire time, but also talking about, like, writing and whatnot, are you a big book fan?
I like to read books when I actually have the time to read books.
Now, ain't that a statement?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Cole, you're a big book person.
Oh, yeah.
I know this. I know this to be a fact.
I would, like... so one of my punishments as a child was I was only able to get 2 books a week.
What?
From my parents. Yeah.
You know what, though? I feel that, though. I do feel that in a way because my library card was the most worn out thing. Growing up, I go in, I come out, 6 books every week.
I would be that kid that would read in class instead of doing the classwork, and then the teacher would get mad, and I'd be like, but I've already finished I'm done.
I'm done. Would you rather me be a ruckus?
Exactly.
Like that kid?
And, like, that was probably one of the only things that my dad ever got called for.
Well, like, at the STAR test where I always had to bring those big books, because I'd be through it.
I would always bring, like, 3 of the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
And just be like, here we go.
Did you test fast?
Oh, I was very good and very fast when it came to taking the STAR tests, and I don't know why. Because nowadays I'm like, wait, no, I'm kind of dumb. How did I pass those so well? How did I get commended on
B,
so many of those?
Maybe C.
Always go back to B.
God.
I just always had the issue of, like, going back and being like, no, actually, I'm going to change my mind.
I had such a problem with that I eventually created a rule by, like, 4th grade of I do the test once.
Yeah.
I just shotgun it. I get the test done. I can guarantee off of, like, the few test-taking classes I took and my, like, comprehension of the material, I can guarantee I pass. no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Never failed a STAR test or what was the one before, the tax test?
The tax test.
Yeah.
Never
I remember
failed a
that
tax
one.
test, never failed the STAR test, and so like I could guarantee off of like probability that I get a 70 or 75, whatever's the minimum. It was if I did any better than that was usually it, because you know how you can always narrow it down to a 50-50.
Yeah.
Because there's 4 questions that you can bring
What is
them
the
down
most
to 2,
right answer?
which is a bunch of BS in my opinion.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Because most of the
Trick question.
See, I got commended
Exactly.
on like almost all of my STAR tests from like 4th grade till junior year of high school, because I was just like, oh, this is easy. It's clearly this one, because all of the other answers are just like logically wrong.
Right. Biggest problem I always ended up was on the English one. My handwriting is so long.
My handwriting's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can read hers better than yours.
Yeah, because mine's beautiful and you can't handle art, you gremlin.
Nah. You write something and we'll see.
Gee, I have multiple notes, homie. What do you want me to write? What's up?
Do you see that? See,
I
You
can't read
that.
cursive. I can't read cursive at all.
Look at all that math.
Those are
You appreciate
beautiful.
that.
Yeah,
Thank
those
you.
look great.
Thank you.
Mine,
This is how you fold a paper circle from a 10-foot diameter sphere into a 1.5-inch inch cube.
see, my dad used to make fun of me because he was like, "You're supposed to be a girl. You're supposed to have pretty handwriting." And I was like, "Yeah, but I was raised by you."
That's a bunch of sexist.
yeah.
That's sexist BS.
Yeah.
My mother made the same argument about my handwriting. She has the worst handwriting in the family, and she was just like, "Girls usually have good handwriting, but boys have bad handwriting, so you'll have bad handwriting."
just think
And I
that's
was just like,
a mythical stereotype.
"Beautiful."
Like, it literally just depends on your dexterity.
My handwriting rivals my father's.
Mm.
That man, what used to be a salesman, used to.
Yeah.
This dude like couldn't write some nice stuff, but he's gotten sloppy in his number one spot, and I'm taking it.
See, I'm left-handed, so like,
I'm sorry.
Things
Sorry,
don't.
dude.
Yeah. My art teacher in high school, actually, we were learning calligraphy, and he was like, "Oh, you're left-handed. You don't have to do this section."
Oh, wow.
Well, for calligraphy, you need a whole different set of tools.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're familiar with like just Cole's dad.
Yes.
Cole's dad makes pens,
Yes.
Oh,
and so you might be a
That's
little bit
super
familiar
cool.
with like the left hand, right hand stuff. Calligraphy, every single tool needs to be not just different, completely adjusted.
yeah.
For
That
a
makes
right-handed slant, you can just have a straight pen with a nib on it. For the left-hand slant, you have a straight piece, a finder that pushes the nib all the way out, like 4 inches, and then you can put the nib into the end of that at an angle to write either a line above you or behind you.
Out of spite, I figured out how to do it with just a regular fountain pen.
Well, that's cool.
Insane.
I was in high school, and I was like really young and just like fueled by spite. And so he was like, "You don't have to do this," and I was like,
But I'm
"Watch me."
Yeah.
I find a lot of that in like spitefully learning how to do something. It might not be good, but it's like, well, yeah,
I learned how to do it.
You
New
kind
skill.
of,
New skill.
you kind of did it. I find a lot of that, like, don't sweat it, and then the kids are just like, oh, I will sweat it. Speaking of sweating,
Oh, wow.
it
What
is
a-
getting
what a
hot out
transition.
now.
Oh, it's so miserable.
It's just humid.
Here's my biggest problem: we are still wearing masks.
Yeah.
I'm not. In no way do I want this to be misconstrued as I don't like wearing masks. I actually love them as a fashion piece. Quite literally, hides all of my terrible features. The fact that I have a patchy beard. It's fantastic. I don't have to, like, everyone is safe from my coffee breath.
Yeah,
Shocked
just like-
sometimes when I see people without a mask. Like, we just had a new DJ start, and he had to pull his mask down for something, and then he had like a full beard, and I was not expecting that.
No, you commented on it twice, Cole.
I know. I was just, what?
See, I really like having to wear the mask because
Yeah.
then I don't have to do my makeup from like my cheeks
That's
down.
true. You just got to do up here.
Exactly.
However, it's getting hot out. The whole
true.
point of the mask is to hold in all of that water, the water droplets from breathing and whatnot. That holds the virus and things, and the mask is for other people's safety, not your own, truly. So all that humidity
Yeah.
is just sitting in here.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble breathing every time I walk outside.
I am historically, my partner can tell you, Lark, that I am a very warm person. Nothing about this is cold unless it is truly cold out. I was built for like the Viking North. It's a fact.
I need you to come in with a Viking braid one day.
I'm almost there. I bet you I
Yes.
You probably could.
could. Oh yeah,
You
I could
totally
pull it
that
off.
Yeah, totally.
Get this trimmed down again.
Yes.
Viking braid on top.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry, people. But with that, I'm suffering here, guys. I'm having a bad time. It is hot out. Secondarily, pollen count's up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So some
Allergies.
days I'm good because I
Sometimes your snot's
kept
just in
my
there,
mask
like,
on.
mm.
Exactly. Some days you're
Nose
good.
running.
Like you get an extra day to be like, remember to take your Benadryl. Remember to take your antihistamine. Remember to take your med. But then you're like, but I'm not sneezing, am I? So I must be fine. And then you come in the next day and there's just yellow all the way down the center line of your mask because it's full of boogers. I feel gross and terrible. I feel ugly just because of it. Nobody can see, right? Am I wrong, though?
I think you're supposed to wash your masks a little bit more often than that.
No, I'm like, it happens from sun up to sundown. As soon as I get home, mask is off. I'm just like, I can breathe. I can finally wash this thing. I don't just wash these masks. Homie, I disinfect. I purposely buy isopropyl alcohol and hydrogen peroxide, hot water in the sink, soak all of the masks, scrub them down, let them air dry. It's a full-on process. Takes like 2 hours. Perfect time to do laundry at the same time. I figured that one out. Feeling pretty clever there. And yet still, I come home at the end of every single day just like...
See, contrary to that, whenever it was really, really cold outside, I loved wearing my mask
Yes.
outside because I am the
Warmth.
exact opposite. I'm made to live on a tropical island. I have anemia.
Yeah.
I get cold very quickly. So I'm just like, you know what? Mask on outside in the cold, nice.
Doing
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
I have a broken tooth, and so cold air hurts it so much.
yeah.
Same thing there. Masks are great for cold weather. I'm gonna be wearing a mask. I had a scarf before all of this cracked open.
I
Cole remembers.
I remember it was a good scarf.
It was great. I still have it. It's a great scarf. No real reason to wear it now because of all COVID. But like, I need to cover my mouth when it's cold. Otherwise, I just sort of sit there and just like this all day. To keep all of the warm air around my tooth, or it's terrible. So I'm completely with you there too. Cold, masks on, amazing. But summer.
Don't get one of those mesh ones
Summer
that I've seen
encroaches.
like advertised though, because that doesn't
Oh,
help
the
anyone.
little dainty ones that are like nothing.
I've seen one girl had one, and it wasn't actually mesh. It was a silicone one with silicone mesh, but on the inside was like an N95 filter.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, calm down. Whoa.
Like I said, I fell down the stairs yesterday. I'm very clumsy.
Whoa. Are you okay?
I'm okay. So what happened was I was delivering papers to the president's office, and I was walking down the stairs, and if you've ever been there, the stairs are nice, but they're like gray marble, and so I guess I
Very
missed
slippery.
one, and I just went rolling down the rest of them.
Oh my god.
Rough.
Yeah, no, I made a loud thump when I hit the ground, and the people in the office just kind of stared at me. and
They
were
didn't
like,
come to help you?
No.
Nobody if you're like
Wow.
sitting in an office, somebody gets injured like a little too far away from your desk, you can kind of just like
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. They all like looked at me for a second, and then when I got back up, they were like, okay.
Guess they're
It's a
fine.
really fast like social assessment of like, is there blood? I don't see any blood.
Oh my god.
Those who can't hear, I'm vigorously fake typing.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's hot out. I am not excited for the heat. It's actually why I was so excited. Today I was scheduled to, about an hour ago, I was supposed to be done getting my second Moderna shot.
Supposed to be?
They sent me on a goose chase, Cole. I'm rather upset about it.
What happened?
I show up, I go to bang on the door. No answer. Door's
What?
locked. There's like a lock on the handle of the door as well. This place is locked down. I called the number on the side of the building. I was like, hey, I have a scheduled appointment for like right now for my second dose of the Moderna vaccine. And they said, you're the third person to call today. We'll reschedule you for next week. And I was like, are they not? There's a glitch in the system on the scheduling application. We're not doing vaccines at all today.
Oh.
And so the system scheduled me for a day
That
when
they
the
weren't
building is
open.
closed.
Oh wow.
And so on their end, they were like, of course nobody is scheduled for today because we aren't open today. But then they check the schedule and go, there's like multiple students specifically who are like showing up at our door and calling us.
That's weird. I got mine on Tuesday.
Oh no.
So I feel
Well,
like
that
I should have gone
sucks.
yesterday, but then I would have been at risk of not being capable or well enough in the brain to be here.
That's true.
True.
That was my
I
biggest.
don't recommend planning anything big after the second one.
Yeah, I've had a couple of people in my office already go and get their second one, and they have said that it's not great. They're
It's not. I mean, obviously, it's better than COVID.
yeah, 100%.
It's better than that.
This is
But it
true.
does feel like you have like the body aches if you. Get
I
the
saw
flu.
a thing the other day. So I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
And so I saw a thing the
Yes.
other day, and it was like, hey, whenever you go and get your first shot, that's a Constitution saving throw. Your second shot is a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
It's a death
Oh.
saving throw, bro. It's not even that. It's a death saving throw from what I've heard. People are just like, I can't move today.
Just
I
like,
cannot.
no, thank you.
No. Or like, someone told me they were like, it's flu-like symptoms, but
Yep.
worse.
Oh,
When they started
no.
explaining flu-like symptoms to me, I don't think I've ever had the flu, guys, because that
Oh.
sounded a terrible time.
Yeah, no. I'm
You might be
very
fine.
nervous.
You could be fine.
You could be.
If I have the flu?
Well,
No.
no, when you go get your
The
second
second
shot.
Oh, jeez.
Like,
Now I'm
like
worried
they
about the
said, it's a
flu.
con saving throw with disadvantage, but like you could still.
get it.
I do have a
Possibly.
crazy constitution modifier.
Exactly.
My D&D homies have told me they're like, there's only one person who has a higher con than me. That's Aaron, for a very terrible reason. Poor baby. But aside from all of those things, of like getting our second shots, being able to like be in public with a small group without our masks on because it's
Yeah,
hot,
that'd
that's
be-
my favorite thing.
Yeah,
I want,
That'd be nice. And swimming.
I want one thing. I'm moving to a. All right, yeah, y'all can swim. It's fine. I need to purchase a big old sun hat before I go outside again. I almost
get the ones
almost
that like
found
say
one.
something on the.
Oh yeah, those are super cute.
Say what?
They've got like the black sequins, and they're like a tan color, and it's like
And it says something.
Beach Babe or something like
Yeah.
that. You know.
You could totally. I'm getting you one.
No, Cole. First
Yeah.
off, you need to find one that is at least 28 inches in diameter or in circumference to fit around my head. Huh?
I will find.
That's at least 9 inches on the diameter. I need you to know this because I've been looking for wide brim hats for years. I almost found one.
Wait. Have you checked Amazon?
Yeah, whatever. That's not like I don't have it on my phone. Nerd. I have been looking for years for a big beach hat. I found it, Cole. I found it.
I can make you like flowers.
Not listening
Sorry.
to me, man. It was recycled paper in the materials. It could be like wound up and then it just springs back open for
That's pretty
easy
awesome.
storage.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Bucket style, so it fits right around the dome. It was 8 feet long, man. This thing was out to here. It was amazing.
Was it like $40?
$60,
Oh,
all black.
that seems like counterintuitive.
What?
You know, black attracts the sunlight. Like
yeah,
it makes,
you don't
it
wear
makes things
black
hotter.
when it's sunny.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be wearing white.
Well, no,
No, you
just
wear,
like
like,
colors
tan.
other than black.
Yeah.
I need people to know when I go out wearing that.
You're a witch.
Yes! When I paint my nails completely black, some red or blue on sparkle on the accents, my red circular glasses, my big old boots, black pants, and like some sort of thin jacket,
You're
or
just
my poncho.
baking the entire time. You're just baking.
No, because I'm wearing a poncho, which is light and breathable. It's paper too, y'all. Like, you're missing the special, like, you're in mechanical. You understand how this stuff works.
It
It's
just
thin
sounds
and
pretty awesome.
breathable.
Yeah, sure. Just not
But the
black.
look is a threat. That's the point, right? That's
oh,
the whole
that's
thing.
exciting. You gotta get that. You gotta get one.
I've been looking, man. I had found it. Like I said, I had found it, right? Half an inch too short to fit around my brain.
Oh,
It's always this way. I have a massive skull. It's bad.
I can't remember the last time I bought a hat that wasn't just like a baseball hat that was
Oh.
like adjustable.
Oh yeah, you know, just like a.
The adjustable ones, I'm always at like the very end of the Velcro
Yeah.
on the last little pocket. Now that I have the hair like I do as well with this, so I need a little
You just
extra
stick
space.
Stick it through the lip.
It's cut too high for that.
Well, that's your problem. You need
Yeah.
a better haircut.
So, Cassie, you have some topics that you wanted to talk about on the show before we get into your big surprise. Let's go ahead with that.
Yes. So pretty much.
Cole, if you behave, you're allowed to come back.
Okay.
Please continue.
So pretty much, I talked to my boss, and she really wanted us to like focus on things that we've been doing this past semester. So one thing that I'm really, really excited about is just how well the contributors have been doing this semester. They've made me incredibly proud with all of their hard work and the efforts that they've been putting in. And so we currently have a team of 3 editors. Typically we would have 4 editors and an ad representative. But for right now, it's just the 3 of us. And Kayla and Blake Kayla's the news content editor, and Blake is the creative editor right now, and then there's me. And over this semester, I'm super excited to have really grown with the girls and to be able to like have such great teamwork that we currently have. I can really rely on them for almost anything. And same with the contributors. They have all done so well this semester. There are a few of them that joined a little bit later in the semester, and they immediately started picking things up, and we're just going right on time with everything.
Fantastic.
So that makes me super happy.
Round of applause.
Yay.
Thanks. Yeah, and then we had to put together some numbers a while back for, I guess, like a thing for Dr. Hurley. I don't know the exact details, but after crunching the numbers and all of that, we discovered that we have distributed more papers this year during Corona when there are less people on campus than we have before Corona started.
So like physical papers?
Like physical papers, yeah. We have, we do physical papers every other week during the semester. We do 8 issues a semester.
Okay.
And so, there's typically 16 weeks in a semester, not including the ice apocalypse. And,
That happened this.
I know, right?
We've had this semester
so much.
Yeah. So this past year, fall and spring, we were able to actually like put out and give people more papers than we have before Corona happened, which is insane.
Really awesome.
That's crazy.
And with less people than you normally have. That's great.
So our staff, we didn't have as many people starting this semester, and then all of that, but so not only is it with less staff members, but it's with less people on campus, and I guess that's one thing that's really, really cool is just we can't wait until next semester when things are supposed to be normal again to be able to see, how our numbers are going to do then. So,
right.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about that. And then I guess the last thing that like really I had specifically in mind, other than the magic bag, is
the magic bag goal.
Yes. I have a magic bag of stuff. So, other than that, we are currently hiring for some positions. And if anyone is interested, they can email their cover letter, resume, and work samples to studentmedia@tarleton.edu.
Do you know what positions? Can you give us an
So
idea?
right now, for sure, there's ad rep.
Cassie, would you talking to the mic for this?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're
all right.
So for sure right now there's ad rep, which is pretty much our advertising representative. They do a lot of the sales of the ads that go into the paper and also online. And then there will also be contributor positions open. So if anyone's interested in, wanting to write or take photos, it's also a great way to get involved on campus because we cover a lot of things that people typically, might not know unless they're involved in these organizations. So as, you're going as a contributor to take pictures of these things, you're like, wow, I had no idea that this was happening. And that's how I found out about a lot of stuff going on campus.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's right, everyone. It's been an ad this entire time. We got one little note. Caitlin Oxford. Are you familiar?
Yes, that's my boss.
Your boss has said, hi, Cassie.
Hi, Caitlin!
So they're obviously listening right now. We got, I think we have, according to the stream, we have 5 viewers, so we'll have 5 people that get to see it live with us. Do you want to go ahead and do the back? We have a half hour left. If you want to do it now,
we'll
or wait till later.
The end,
all right.
That one, that's kind of a big thing. So.
That's totally fine. Yeah. We have till 2:30 here, so.
Oh, awesome.
I wanted to jump back to books real quick because I have a specific question that I've asked a couple times, and then everyone has just been like, "That's weird, Ethan. I don't know about you, but you're in journalism. for like your job at
Yeah.
least. And I think that like in engineering, you might be able to help me out on this in a level. Do you write annotations in your books that you read for fun? Do you annotate in the margins?
I have been told that I am a goblin when it comes to my books because I will write not only annotations, I'll write whatever is on my mind at that point in time. So I have one book and it has a recipe written in the side.
Oh, wow.
And I just write random notes all over my books.
Oh, a blessing. Thank you so much. I'm not the only one who looks insane. I brought it up to someone. I was just like, it's a retention thing where it's like I get a nice book, I write in the margins to sort of stay engaged with the reading and things like that. And people were like, just get an audiobook. I was like, man,
no. See,
that's
I
not
even
really
do
what I
things
was
that
about.
like that's my thing is I'll do things that aren't
Love a
even
physical
related
book.
to the book. You know, I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, you know, reading this one sentence, and then I'm suddenly like, oh, I have to do all of this stuff for work, and I'll write that in the margin.
Psychopath.
Yeah.
But it's so good. That's like, oh, there are people who write on their books, Cole.
Nah, see, I like to keep my books, if I get them in really good condition.
Why, you giving them away to
Well,
somebody?
that's no fun. You know,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to leave your mark on a book? You know, books leave their marks on you. You know,
They
once
what?
books leave their marks on you. So pretty much, once you read something, you know, you kind of have that, not physical marks.
Physically.
Oh, silly me.
Like, you know, once you read something, you have that literature idea, and it just kind of sticks with you sometimes, especially if what you read, you know, you really like. For me, you know, the Harry Potter books, when I was growing up, I read a lot of those, and they kind of helped form me into who I am now. So books leave their marks on you, but, you know, it's kind of fair to leave your marks on books, too.
That's very fair, especially
That's
with like short
fair.
stories
I
or
don't do that,
novelizations.
Oh, yeah.
You don't do that because you think that the book is like all this high and mighty stuff. A person wrote it, Cole. People do crime. Did you know that humans invented war?
Yes. I
That's-
did know that.
That's crazy.
You mention it like twice a week.
No, that's not true. That can't be true. That can't be.
Oh.
Hmm?
You sure about that?
Yeah. 'Cause I moved on to a better joke.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the better joke?
Check this out.
Wow.
I did the little like finger thing that you do to kids where you like, oh look, my fingers. I pulled my own finger off and put it back on.
No.
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 I think it's hilarious.
It's great.
My friends really tell a lot of dad jokes all the time.
Oh, yeah?
So my sense of humor has gotten to the point where, like, it's cheesy jokes or
I'm
nothing.
so
We have a
upset
short
that
video
Taylor
about
was
that.
not able to be involved in this episode. Taylor
Oh,
is
yeah, she
the
does a joke
local
every time.
dad joke aficionado. Y'all will make great friends if you get some free time to talk right after this episode. Oh no, but they're very busy. Say hi to Taylor.
Hi.
Taylor. So, just wanted to say hi because Taylor would be able to deliver a great dad joke.
Yep, unfortunately.
Mhm.
I'm not very funny. I try
Well,
to tell jokes and then they
Well,
just
now that you've
flop.
said that, then you're not. Sorry,
Yeah.
bud.
Well, now that you've acknowledged it,
Oh,
there's
I
just really
yeah.
no going back.
There is no
There's
going
n-
back. I know
no.
that my humor's, you know, I like laughing at other people. Other people don't like laughing at me.
That's why I never define myself. I always use vague terms like sometimes I say silly things.
Okay. Like,
Mhm.
It's like a CYA, you know?
It's a CYA, basically, yeah. I had to say it's a CYA to be like, what is a CYA? It's no. Oh, yeah.
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 If you want to hear some awesome dad jokes and you're on the channel, you can just go over to our short videos. And we did a short video about dad jokes.
Long time ago with my old camera.
It wasn't like...
My old camera. I still have that camera.
Is that the one from 2019?
20... Jeez, you're calling out numbers like you think I remember
I
things.
thought we used a webcam for that. No?
The
No?
what?
No, we didn't. We used webcams when we came back from... Okay.
My camera.
Yeah.
The one I own.
Yeah.
You think it's a webcam?
No! That is not what I said.
It's so mean.
I meant for cruising, bud.
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
you were
that's what I thought
referring
you were
to
talking
the-
about, too.
We made a short video very early on in both of our careers here that was specifically focused on dad jokes.
Yes.
That's what I thought you
Okay.
were referring to.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
What?
I was lost. I don't know.
I've been lost now, too, because now you were saying you were referring to cruising.
We skipped so many things. You asked if that's the camera we used in 2019
For cruising.
for cruising. That's what I caught, and I was like, no, I thought we used a webcam.
I
for
missed
that.
the for cruising question.
Yeah.
Like, specifically the words for cruising.
I don't think I said that.
It wasn't said, but
It was implied.
Oh.
Yeah, it was implied because she mentioned.
It was about
back
how
in
earlier,
2019.
whenever I was scrolling through your old videos
Right.
and watching those.
Yeah.
I
Don't
went
do
back
that.
in time and grabbed
Don't.
that piece of information and was like, "That's what you mean."
I can't trust back in time me. He's been specifically said to kill whoever approaches. First Santa, now myself. I'm on a roll.
Okay.
Santa?
Y'all ever played 5D chess? You might love this. 5D chess with multiverse time travel?
I have not been able to play it because I don't know how to play regular chess, just because I'm bad at it.
You don't need to know regular chess for this. This stuff is insane. Man dropped me in 4 turns. A computer, bro.
Okay.
Lost to a computer. 5 parallel dimensions deep. 3 separate timelines. Like, there was a future timeline we were sending pieces back from. There was the modern timeline, and then the alternate modern timeline that were, like, fighting each other. It was insane. And I lost.
Yeah, that seems like
I
more
feel
than
like
my
I would
brain could
lose,
handle.
yeah.
You lose a lot, but when you do win, you're just like, I'm a genius. I'm the smartest man in the world. I'm the sorcerer supreme. You just feel literally like it's crazy. I recommend it's like $12 on Steam or like $20 maybe. So if you have a laptop, it can run
12
it.
to 20. That's like
nice.
Well,
like
sales
an
exist.
$8, difference.
Yeah, $8 sales like exist. Cole,
What if it's more than $20?
the game?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Let's look it up.
Have you guys seen WandaVision or The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
No, I haven't. I stay away from Disney.
I see when they started out the whole Avengers universe, Marvel universe stuff. I got really burnt out on it because that was literally all you could see
Yeah.
in theaters. So it's like, unless it's Spider-Man, I don't really care anymore.
$11.99.
Nice.
It was neither of those that you said then.
Tax exists, homie. Taxes exist. What are you on about?
No, I'm just messing with you, man.
I'm gonna mess with you, homie.
So
Falcon and Winter Soldier and
I just finished
WandaVision.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier the other day. I binge watched all of WandaVision as soon as the finale came out. And they're both great shows. I would highly recommend them. But
Yeah.
there is the Disney problem.
I've had all my friends spoil them for me, and so there's no real twists I end up seeing. I spend a lot of my time in high school, specifically like British literature classes, just analyzing patterns of narrative. And so I actually have a really hard time being given any information about stuff. Cole watched me do this once.
Yes.
We watched the trailer for, what was it called?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2.
2.
Thank you. Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2. And just from the trailer, I think I picked out 4 stories.
Yeah.
And
You did.
I watched this thing once, and I
Yeah,
was just like, boom, 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 boom.
We watched
See-
the first trailer.
Yes.
And which you have already
I've seen all of those, so that's fine.
And it wasn't the first trailer was very like mix matched of literally just screens and screens and screens and screens. So
To show you it's an anthology that's
Yeah.
not all related. It's a collection of short stories. My favorite thing ever.
and you could not pick up on anything really. I don't. Honestly,
I've seen the
It should have
endings.
had like a warning for like epilepsy.
I've seen that
so
is
we
true.
watched-
No, that's very true. I've
we
seen the
watched-
endings to all of
yeah.
them from the first trailer. Can't tell a single thing. They even missed 2 shorts.
Yeah.
They didn't even show scenes
Yeah.
from them. It's like you
So
couldn't tell anything.
We were like, we can watch the second one without him being like,
me going like Encino Man. Full
But then it was
on
an
information.
actual trailer.
It had,
Yeah.
the trailer
it's
had
bad.
narrative to itself, and so I was just like, okay, so this one is going to be hologram theory or like basically the Matrix. It's Plato's cave. You've got this other one that is going to be 4 unlikely hero/friends fighting a giant Leviathan sea monster in the ice. That's obvious. Cole was just like, what is going on? Like,
See, I do that too to like movie trailers.
Yes.
There was one specifically that we watched, and it was me, my dad, and like the rest of my family, and it was I can't remember the name of it, but pretty much it's this little girl, and, you know, she's, like, finding her dad, whatever. And I watched the trailer, and I immediately go, she dies at the end. And my dad and stepmom were both like, what? No. We watched the movie, and she died at the end. And I was like, I told you.
You were just like, easy.
Yeah. I was like,
nerd.
clearly she died at the end.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she goes through this big journey to, like, find out her biological dad and all that.
Like, it's obviously a calling back to tragedy. It's
exactly.
Like, look at the narrative points, my guy. Your parents are just like, the poor girl.
No, my stepmom's kind of gotten a little bit more used to me doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because she's like, she's gotten to the point where she'll watch the trailer and be like, I want to watch this movie, but we're not letting Cassie watch the trailer. Because she'll just, like, I do that thing where I'll watch the trailer and I'll immediately blurt out what happens.
Yes.
Like, not even caring if they want to watch the movie.
I stay away from trailers for that reason.
Exactly.
I think, do you want to watch the King Kong
I'm
Godzilla
not really
movie?
all that interested in that stuff, just because I'm like, I was very young when I started watching sci-fi movies, and they kind of scared me, and so I kind of have an irrational fear of sci-fi movies now.
You're a coward. Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cole, you mind if I talk this?
That's fine.
All right, audience spoiler right now. Just skip forward 5 minutes, or stop watching and then come back in like a couple of days when you get HBO Max. Everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay, so Mechagodzilla shows up.
Mm-hmm.
It's King Kong and Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla at the end of it. Guessed it from like a slight, barely even seeing Mechagodzilla's foot that looks just like Godzilla apparently in like the silhouette and outline. But it was just like Mechagodzilla's showing up. They're both going to fight each other. It's the big monster thing.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knew that was going on. No one was expecting a Gartha theory though, which I haven't seen this thing either. Like I just have seen like snippets from little bits and have pieced together, I think, most of it. But Agartha is the concept of like Hollow Earth. That plays into it as well. All the monsters either live or did live underneath the planet as like titans, and then they come to the surface to do battle or whatever. I haven't seen the movie, but like basically saw most of that coming, especially from like, I think there was 2 scenes. One where Kong was able to see a hand painting of his own kind like up on a wall, and then another one where he gets that big old axe that has a scale on it.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Kong gets a tool and a weapon that will definitely kill Godzilla. We can't kill Godzilla due to political things between our two like nations, of like King Kong being an American thing, Godzilla being Japan's whole situation. It's a whole big thing. But like, pieced it together pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, some of my friends are kind of annoyed because they're like, Endgame specifically.
No.
I saw the first trailer for
no.
Endgame, and I go, oh no, Steve and Tony both die. And my friend whose birthday it was whenever that movie came out, I didn't say that to him at first, but we went to see the movie together with his family and all that, and we were sitting there watching it, and I was like, you know, slowly getting closer to the end, and I was like, no.
Don't do it. Because doesn't it, like, from trailers and whatnot, and, like, Marvel's done a very good job of this because they've started giving out false trailers.
Yeah.
So it's fine to watch because you're not going to be, like, got all the information. You don't have all the information. Because the only thing that is worse than no information is bad information for predictive type things. And so they give you bad information. You can't make a proper prediction off of that.
Yeah.
But, like, I know exactly what you're on about, where it's like, okay, like, he's fighting him, it's just him, all the people show up, but they're still, like, the movie's still going, somebody's gonna make a sacrifice play that's gonna affect everything.
Yep.
Oh, no.
The one person that I did not call was Nat, actually. I thought it was gonna be Clint. 100%.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I really did.
Nah, because of the whole, like, tumultuous situation with the family.
Yeah.
You could only one family could lose its dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as it was like that was going on, it was like Natasha has no character development afterwards. She's been in this for so long, it makes sense to take her out now. She gets all of like she's out of
very lonesome character.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, yes, Bruce Banner's back, but nothing is the same as it was before all the events happen. So like narratively, all of her loose ends are tied up, and that the only story we have to continue with her is that prequel film.
Yeah. Which I'm ready for that to come out.
I've wanted to see it for so long. It's got Taskmaster in it, I thought.
Exactly.
That dude is crazy.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to watch that movie. You know, it'd be a lot of fun to see. I've been avoiding as many trailers for that one as possible, just because I'm like, I don't want to spoil it for myself, you know?
I saw a couple of, I think 2 different trailers. One of them was the, like, announcement that the trailer's coming out. You know how films do that nowadays, where it's like, we have a trailer coming out tomorrow. Here's one action scene. And then there's an official trailer, and so I won't say anything because you don't want it spoiled, but there's a new super team. Or an old one. Maybe.
Prequel, sequel.
It's all like
weird,
prequel and whatnot, but there's one actor that I really enjoy who's in there, and he plays a really fun, like, he plays a really enjoyable role, in my opinion. That's movies.
I'm interested in seeing the new Cruella movie.
I haven't seen anything about that one yet.
It looks awesome. I'm so excited about it.
But she kills dogs.
So I realize that, but she's really attractive.
What? Am I missing something here?
No. Okay,
I couldn't tell you.
It did not focus on her killing dogs. It's more like she has her own villain to know, you know.
So it's like an origin story.
Yes.
She has her,
okay.
She has a villain in her movie?
Yeah.
That she
her
isn't.
Movie, she is not the villain in her movie.
What?
Yeah.
She kills dogs, dude.
I don't think she's at that point yet.
But she's going to be. Is this Paradise Lost, but with dogs all of a sudden? What?
I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be.
I
really
want to
cool.
see that just to see how they pull that one together.
Yeah.
Just like, it's so.
I would suggest watching the trailer, but now y'all both discussed how you hate watching trailers.
I hate watching trailers. I hate it so much. It's the worst.
Unless the trailer shows me too much, like a lot of horror movie trailers show too much.
If they show the monster, they're showing too much.
Yeah. So,
100%.
Besides horror movies, I
That's why The
usually like
Ritual is
watching
so good.
trailers.
I'm not sure if I've seen that one. I used to watch a lot of horror movies.
And you haven't seen The Ritual?
I'm just not sure if I haven't
Homie.
seen it. I can't remember like names in movies. They all start to blend together once you've seen so many of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not The Ritual, dude. That is like a perfect movie. It's a perfect monster movie. It does such a good job of... You don't see the monster. Specifically, you don't see all of the monster until way later. Okay. There's one like design aspect of the monster that quite literally throws you off. You think it's one thing, and it's a whole nother thing.
When did this movie come out?
2016, I think?
I think I might have seen it. I just can't, like... I do a very bad job of putting, like, names with...
The keyboard did a spooky thing. Alright, The Ritual, 2017.
Apparently you can find it on Netflix.
Yeah, it's been on Netflix the whole time. It's amazing. You should watch it.
I think I have seen that.
Bunch of dudes go camping. One of them gets over psychological trauma.
Kind of like the opposite of the Blair Witch Project.
I was about to say. Sounds like Blair Witch.
Blair Witch Project. That one did a lot of really good by opening up the market for indie films.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Because it was like early internet, it kind of turned into this weird... It was like the last ghost story.
Yeah.
Because it was like, this is real. And then everyone online was just like, it's not real. It's fake. But then the other half of the people were like, but what if it was real? Like, that'd be kind of crazy that we all watch this movie and these people are like, actually, this guy's scary.
There's one movie, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's pretty much Blair Witch Project, but with aliens in the desert. And
that seems familiar.
And then the aliens are actually more like angels, like the biblical version of angels, with like the giant spinning wheels of eyes and stuff like that.
What?
I can't remember what it's called.
I quite literally need to watch this now.
Oh, yeah.
Cassie, what?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It was on Netflix forever and a day ago.
Any statement.
Aliens in desert.
Yeah,
movie.
aliens.
Found footage style alien movie. My keyboard is just broken.
We might have to replace the batteries.
Yeah, and she's like, they're in the New Mexico, like one of the deserts in New Mexico, and it's the sister who finds the footage, and she's like going to the military to be like, my brother's missing, and stuff like this.
The Bay,
No.
Area 51.
Don't think so.
Skinwalker Ranch.
Probably not.
Devil's Pass.
Maybe?
That doesn't look like the desert. That
That's
definitely is.
cold.
That's an ice
Yeah.
type of thing.
Aliens in Desert. Try that one.
You're just too fast for your keyboard to know what's going on.
Oh. Movie set in the desert.
It might not be New Mexico. That's another thing.
Phoenix Forgotten.
Yes! Yes, it's that one.
Wow. What did you type in to get that?
Found footage alien horror movie set in the desert.
Wow. Google is amazing.
Like, it's like
There
how,
it is.
That's like how that's
Yeah.
how you do SEO tags, bro.
I know.
2017, Phoenix Forgotten. Interesting. Fantastic. Well, I have a movie to recommend to you,
Okay.
seeing as you have now recommended a movie to me. Have you seen Troll Hunter?
I think so. I've seen a lot of movies.
That's fair. That's fair. Hunter? Come on. Alright. Troll Hunter.
Okay.
2010 horror thriller. It is a group of students investigate a series of mysterious bear killings, but learns that there is much more dangerous things going on. It is set in... Where is it? Norway. It is a Norwegian film. It is subbed throughout the entirety of it. It is fantastic.
I'll definitely watch that.
It's in that found footage style, but it's like the hero is just a guy who I don't want to spoil a single thing because it's just like it sets everything up really well. I really enjoy the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that one when I have time.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is trolls are real in this. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, Phoenix Forgotten. I watched that one, I guess, right when it came out, and I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. And it really, like... So, I like the found footage style only when it's done right.
There is a way to do it wrong.
Paranormal Activity is a
Yes.
good example of doing it wrong.
I'd say the second one.
Yeah, the first one I
Afterwards.
was really into... Only because it was like my introduction to found footage. It was before I had watched
Right.
Blair Witch Project.
I think a lot of us have saw Paranormal Activity before seeing Blair Witch Project. Because I remember I was watching a found footage style movie, and my dad came in. He's like, "This is Blair Witch. That's Blair Witch Project. That's the one." And I was like, "No, this is boppity boppity spooky something." And he was just like, "Whatever. Blair Witch did it first." I was like, "All right."
What's the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah,
Like,
basically. And he was just like, "Oh, it's so scary."
See, my thing with Paranormal Activity is how many of them are there now? Like
A
9?
lot. A lot.
Yeah.
27.
Yeah.
I think you're
It's
both overshooting
insane.
it, but it still feels like a lot.
I don't know. Last time I checked, there was 7, I think. For sure.
I'll find the answer. Don't worry.
Yeah, I
With
see.
the power
I see
of
6
Google
movie
on it.
posters there.
6 films.
Oh, okay.
Plus additional media.
Oh,
What is additional media?
short films?
Oh my gosh.
Is that like a timeline or something?
Okay, 6 official films.
Okay.
And apparently there's more to come
Oh.
still. Or
Wow.
do they... Okay, so there's digital short comics, video game, an unofficial sequel.
Yeah, so
There's quite
7.
a lot. There's quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. Too many. Far too many.
Too many, yes.
It's like having 15 seasons of a
well,
TV show.
I mean, the Conjuring.
Wow, you just called out Supernatural right
yeah,
there.
I did. Also, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, that's still going.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Once you get to that point, it's just like, what other new and original plot lines are there?
That's true. That's true.
Well, that's kind of that's like sort of the point of having a cast that is enough characters. It's one of the reasons why The Simpsons is able to continue going to a lot of people's chagrin. It's you have enough characters. Just doing the raw math of combinations and permutations of characters within a set interacting with each other, good, bad, and neutrally, thousands of episodes possible.
Oh, yeah.
Add in relative events, things that are happening at certain times, guest appearances, all these sorts of things, long story narrative, short stories within long stories, season setups. You can just keep making content forever. If your cast is big enough and it has the ability to rotate realistically, you can continue forever. It's a system of creating stuff. Telenovelas, my homie. Bad soap operas, soap dramas, those things go on forever. And the whole time you're just like, no. What? Dios mío.
Wow, man.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Vampire Diaries is the only like good one.
Okay, but it did not
I
go
never
on
watched
for 15.
Vampire Diaries.
I think it went on for like 5.
So you didn't drink wine with your mom after school is what I'm hearing.
Absolutely not. I was not that kid.
Sorry, bud. It's went on for 12 years.
Whoa.
2009 to 2017.
No way.
Then there's the
Dude.
sequel series, the Originals.
Oh, yeah.
Which I enjoy. Like, I have not finished it by any means, but I enjoyed what I saw of it.
See, I never really got into those
which
adult
went
TV
from
shows. You know?
2013 to 2018.
Okay.
So that universe in total, because characters show up in both versions of it, I say we give them 2009 to 2018.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because, you know, it's that and then that part added onto it. Just a little more. That's 9 years, dude.
That's crazy.
It is 9 years.
That's excessive and crazy.
Yeah.
So much money.
But
TV, dude, TV. Lance can talk about this. Lance worked on, what was the show? There was a show, I'll have to ask now. Now I'm in trouble because Lance is listening in and watching.
Oops.
But he worked on the production side for a show, a TV show. And just the amount, like the level of overtime and like the number of hours you're working is insane. For like a 1 month stint, you're getting in 60-hour weeks, like every other day or something like that. And then you just come home with so much merchandising or so much of this, or like the catering is always great, or there's like all these different levels of like, I don't even understand why, but we just have guys who sit in trucks all day ready to go. Because if we have to do a scene change, or if we have to do a location change, like we need to be able to drive now because time is literally money, and there's union, non-union, there's so much to it that like I don't think anyone really thinks about when they consume television. Just sitting there like, this is a product somebody made. There's writers, there's directors, there's actors, there's set designers, performers, all of these things in them.
That's why the credits are so long.
Yeah.
That's why the credits are so long.
That's why, like, in WandaVision, the credits were like 10 minutes, and everybody was like, I hate it so much. And I was like, well,
Oh, I'm
you know,
so
from,
sorry
like, a
that you
background
hate
story.
that. Like, I'm so sorry you hate like people producing the thing
Yeah.
you want.
Just like I know that if I was in the credits of a movie and I could have been the very last name, I would have sat there and watched the entire
Like,
time.
yeah, that's my homies.
Exactly.
We made this.
Yeah. Totally.
Personally, I think that credits going before a movie need to start up again. You get all of your main credits that you want to see, and then you finish everything off with people in the end.
Yeah.
But then you would have to decide who's more important.
We already do. There's a there's literally who goes first in the credits.
That's a whole nother level of importance. Like, okay, we're gonna hit this chunk.
No,
very
see, Cole,
beginning,
see,
and then sorry, you guys go at the end, so no one ever stays for you anymore.
Cole, you've forgotten. People hate it nowadays if credits are before movies. Watch any old movie, you will be on your phone in 2 minutes.
Oh no,
So
Yes.
you will hate
I've
the people
been
who
watching the
make those
classics
active
from Disney.
choices.
and
You will hate the people who are saying, I'm more important than the beginning of the movie. You'll be like, oh, gross. I hate these directors and actors. And then when it gets to the end of the movie, they'll be your saviors. It's in the mind game of the consumer now.
whenever we were kids and we had to watch the beginning credits, I always thought they were like hours long. But they never were. They were always like a couple minutes, maybe.
That's like 3 minutes long.
So, I've never seen the Star Wars movies. And
Prison Break. Lance topped in on it.
Oh.
Lance was in the TV production of Prison Break. Please continue.
So I've never seen the Star Wars movies, and so I've always been like, you know how they have that like rolling text box.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been like, I have no idea how to feel about that because I don't like actually sit down and watch those movies. So I don't know if like that's one of the movies that has like the pre-credits or what.
No, that is not a movie that does that. Go watch an old James Bond, and it'll immediately all make sense.
Oh, okay.
Or, I mean, if you're into Disney, like, even, like, the old Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella...
No. Don't go watch those movies. Watch James Bond.
Okay, let's not discount the princess movies, okay? And, you know, Disney
The princess movies that turned... You want to talk about those who normalized a whole bunch of stigmas against women?
Okay, but... I was about to say they're
people.
better. They're getting better, one. I mean, have you seen any at all, like... the trailer or whatever about for Raya the Last Dragon?
That one's been pretty all right.
That one looks
seen it
amazing. Amazing. But also, if you have Disney Plus, you'll see some of the old movies that had a lot of like honestly derogatory and very negative content towards certain cultures. They've started putting up a few
content warnings.
Yeah, content
at the beginning
warnings.
of them. Yeah,
and they say
they've been doing this for the last year, right? They've just been going back and changing things.
It's been really awesome. Any movie that has anything like that, like Dumbo or Peter Pan, all of that. It's like they say this content was bad then, and it's still bad now. We don't approve of this, but this is what's in it.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Just let people know. I'm of two sides on this argument of like, well, if it's bad, don't throw it out there. But then there's the archaeological side of it of like, you got to know what's bad so that you don't do that.
Oh yeah, we watched Dumbo the other day, and I was like, oh my god.
What, the crows?
It's been so long since I've seen any of those movies.
No, the actual black people of color and them talking about how they love being uneducated.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I've just stayed away
Not
from
good.
Dumbo.
And Peter Pan.
Wow. It's been so long since I've seen those movies that I didn't even like.
Yeah, it's not something you recognized as a kid.
But it was part of your upbringing, so who's to say that like it has or has not affected you?
Honestly, I think I watched Dumbo once and it made me very sad. So I don't know.
Never cried.
Asleep halfway
I've
through,
never
so
cried
okay.
during a movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's always the movies that shouldn't make you sad that make me the saddest.
Never.
Like The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, I was perfectly fine.
Totally good.
There was one
No
movie
problem.
and it was like, it's not actually even a sad movie, but I cried over it.
You're
and I was
just like
exactly. Just like, why am I crying over this? It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's
No.
okay. Whether you cry or don't cry in movies, your emotions are valid.
Yeah.
Emotional.
You know what?
Human.
You know what does make me feel things? What was the film? Treasure Planet, when Iris was playing and the dad's leaving.
Oh my gosh, Treasure Planet!
That was a moment. I just want a live action Treasure Planet, man.
Yes!
I want a live action Atlantis.
I want a space
Treasure
pirate ship,
Plantis.
please, thank you.
Yes,
You know?
Ooh.
Just like no more Star
Disney,
Wars.
yes.
Stop doing Star Wars' infinium. Stop doing a ton of Marvel to ad nauseum.
Yeah.
Just make an Atlantis.
Oh my god,
Atlantis
yes.
2 Treasure Planet movie.
Yes.
That's
and
the
then
thing.
make a deal to make a Road to El Dorado as well.
Yes.
Just
so
make those 3 movies and let the theater kids rest.
that's my thing. Is
They don't leave me alone about this. My friends can't sleep.
so the road? Atlantis.
There
You
we go.
listed a whole bunch of things.
So
Atlantis and Atlantis
so
2.
underappreciated.
They were one of the ones that I really, really liked the sequel for, and like not a lot of people even knew that there was a sequel.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Milo's Return.
Exactly.
Yeah, Atlantis so underrated.
We have come to time
Oh yeah.
for you to share your treasure. Would you like to?
Yes.
Very well.
All
The
right.
camera is there.
Okay. So
Magic bag.
We are all
time.
set up.
magic bag time. So we are doing something new next semester because we've had a different headline for the past few years we've been switching it out pretty often. And
what is the headline
So the
specifically?
headline is the thing that goes above the very top of the paper. Right now it's a purple block with white text. Previously we've had like diamonds with the JTAC logo in it and stuff like that. So we're changing up our logo. Yeah, and hopefully this one is one that we've settled on, for now anyways, that we really like. We were inspired by looking at a lot of newspapers like the Baylor Lariat and also like the New York Times to have something a little bit more classic, because with the JTAC, it's been around since 1919, and not a lot of people know that. So we wanted to do something that was a little bit more classic, but also something that could like stick around for years. So we designed a new headline and a new like title thing, and this is going to go on all of our social media and above our like at the top of our paper next semester.
So you will be seeing a lot of this image soon.
Yes, you will.
But we're unveiling it here.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So this is the design that we've come up with. I don't know if you
Little
guys
higher.
can. That one.
There you go.
Wow.
That is our new design.
That is the new JTAC.
I like
Yes.
that.
It's
If you want to get
thin.
closer to the
Yes,
camera,
You
You
are
can,
free
guys.
to.
Yeah,
I'll
you can.
pick that up if you want to explain any of
Yes.
significance or anything.
So really, it's just a matter of we wanted something that was like classical and something that would stick around for a while.
I'm going to switch it to the other camera to
Yeah.
read the little text.
Yes. It pretty much just says the official student newspaper of Tarleton State University since 1919. And I have
Right.
buttons for y'all.
Buttons?
Yes.
Yes.
Those are courtesy of The Source.
Nice.
We work with them, and
We work with the Source all the time, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
We
Yeah.
love the Source.
They also laminated that for me. So yeah, that is our
dude.
new headline
That
and
is
title.
smooth.
Thank you.
I like
I
it.
want. I have some questions.
Okay.
On design, you use 2 different fonts.
Yes.
on purpose.
Yes.
Well, I didn't know where you were going with that. I was like,
Cold. They just
Obviously.
announced this to everybody. Don't start tearing it apart.
you're the one who questioned it. I was just suggesting
It's a
what.
softball question, man. So they can be like significance, important detail, this and that. Stick to the script, dog.
I didn't get one. I was called in here 2 minutes before it came.
So pretty much, the regular and then the official student newspaper of Tarleton State University. That's one of the fonts that we use in the paper quite often, actually.
Okay.
I think that's currently our. I might be wrong on this, but whenever we have stories in the paper, the headline for each story, which is the title for each story, that's that font. And then we wanted to go with the JTAC font because that's currently actually the font that we have on the door. And it's also a font that the Grasper uses too. So-
Fancy.
I
and
love
you
it.
work with the Grasper and Excessive.
Yes, we work. We partner with the Grasper, so a lot of our contributors will take assignments from us, but they're actually for the Grasper. So that's what that is.
It all means something.
Exactly.
I really
It
like the
all
distinction,
means
actually.
something.
Yeah.
And having it on the side there.
Yes, and
That's
that's
great.
It's
Very
just one of those
modern and
things.
simple versus the JTAC Diamond. I noticed a lot of my friends in I think freshman year, whenever it was still up, they would just be like, what is that? It's the JTAC. Like, it took a second. And it was cool. It made sense thematically, but it wasn't it didn't scream newspaper.
Yeah.
versus-
Also, it is the JTAC newspaper now. That's our official full
Okay.
title.
Right, there you
So,
go. So now you have a lot more to fill it out with. That just looks like a professional, trustable source. If a font can even do
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, and it's
You
one
know
of
what I
those
mean?
Definitely
like
can. Love fonts.
timeless classic
Get a
things too.
papyrus
Is
font.
that I really like about it.
I actually like papyrus.
You what?
I mean, there's time and a place for papyrus, but sometimes.
Yeah. As for the words, give up hope, all ye who enter, over the doors of Hades. That's where papyrus came from.
Not at the headline of a newspaper.
First, I did not say we're adding papyrus to this font.
Actually, let me get my red pen. I'll be right back. Let's break this all down.
Good luck. It's
No,
laminated.
no,
I'm
this
keeping this
is-
thing forever.
No, it's great. I like it.
Yeah, and I'm keeping this button for like a week until I misplace it.
It's
No,
okay. I've
this
been
is-
doing that too.
This is very nice of you to come on the
Yeah.
show and talk about your thing and let us distract you for like an hour before
Thank y'all for
unveiling the big
having
secret.
me.
Yeah, I
This
know, I
was
like
very
it.
fun. Unfortunately, unless you're back before the end of the semester, I will not be here if you wish to come back. I'm leaving college, moving on to a different prospect out of town. But I do hope that whoever is taking over the show does invite you back onto the show. Or
I would
reach
love
out,
to come back.
Reach out to the station if you have another announcement you want to make, or if you just want to talk horror movies or sci-fi movies or whatever it is. You are very much welcome to come on back over and just talk shop for a bit.
Absolutely.
Seeing as you are incredibly busy.
Thank y'all. Yeah, no, next semester we're starting, we're going to do an online exclusive freshman guide, and then we're going to have our first issue of the semester come out after that. So that's going to be a ton of fun.
Maybe you can use your first issue as an excuse to come on over.
Yes,
Maybe.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So,
We are officially starting to go over time. We had Kylie Cosin say, "I love General Hospital, 1963 to current." So I think that's a good thing to finish off on. That's a General Hospital, whatever that is. I've never seen it.
It's a show. Another
What?
doctor show.
Another doctor show.
Oh,
So much
okay.
drama.
Scrubs.
Kylie's one of our
Anatomy,
contributors.
Oh, thank you very much, Kylie, for contributing to the episode. I have a finishing script to do, but y'all are free to talk for a bit amongst yourselves.
Awesome.
Listeners, viewers, we come to a close here on this episode of Cruising the Planet. If you showed up late or wish to revisit us, you can find the show on our YouTube channel at Tarleton Radio as a video, or listen in on iTunes, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts. For updates about the show and other interesting things we make here at the station, follow us on all the links in the description. And if you want to see the new JTAC symbol, the title, header, once you want to see the new thing that we just unveiled here, then go pick up yourself a new issue when you get back to campus over the summer. So don't forget about it. If you do come across this episode a little bit later, go grab yourself a newspaper and contribute to the numbers. The semester isn't over. You can still help them up their numbers by going and reading just any of the newspapers that are hanging around campus. There's a bunch of them. You'll find them. This has been your episode of Cruising the Planet, where you can find something to do in and around Stephenville every week. This time, go outside if you are vaccinated with another person, have a little bit of tea, and read the newspaper. I think that'd be a fun idea. I want tea parties when I get my second shot. If you have any questions or suggestions about the show, or you want to make a comment and or review it, if you're able to do so, please do. We haven't had much feedback as of recent. The most we've had is something about General Hospital. We got a heart emoji from Kylie. Woo! I hope I'm saying that right. But for now, we've come to a close here. I hope everyone has an enjoyable afternoon and or weekend, because I think tomorrow's Friday. So we'll catch all of y'all later next week.